Hello, Mike here. This is Nina. Thinking she's wondering who I'm talking to. Picked the hottest day of the year almost to do one of my first videos. I'm just going for a little ride here to cool off a bit. Yeah, I was hoping for a nice rainfall last night, but we didn't get any. Oh, it's around here. But I'm going to give you a little tour of my garden and my orchard. Bought this house about right before COVID, about 3 years, a little over 3 years ago. And I was stuck at home with the lockdown. So what better to do than to build my garden? I had a lot of homes before this and just never really had the right setup. Let me pull in the garage here so the dog is in the shade. I'll switch the camera. I really never had the right proper garden or location to garden. This is my mulch. I'm solarizing it. If you don't know about Asian jumping worms, before you buy mulch, make sure you look them up. My raspberries, blackberries, had a ton of raspberries already, the red ones. I just kind of mixed them together here when I planted them, not knowing any better, and they're growing together fine, and it's doing well. I'm probably going to do a strawberry patch over here, but I'm kind of learning. I'm only 3 years in. There's my roses of Sharon. This is my Asian plums. This is a 3-year-old tree. They're doing good. Still a little hard. And got a cherry here. I had a cherry there. Didn't make it. Wasted a lot of time with it. There's another cherry. And that's my Santa Rosa plum. That was beautiful last year. I had a ton. But nothing this year. So hopefully next year I'll get some more. I got it all fenced in for the deer. And this is only a 4-foot fence. And it works. Never had a deer jump in. I'll close this gate up. Wow, is it hot. Show you. This is a, can't remember right now. It's a redbud, I'm sorry. It's a redbud tree. Kind of wish I would have put a fruit tree there instead. Here's my peach tree. Hard as a rock. They're really hard. They took a little while last year though. Probably another couple weeks. That's my front. Did a lot of planting. Got my broccoli Robbie plants here. Give them a little shade. And also keeps the deer off of them at night. All right, let's go around back. Say hi, Nina. These are the, can't remember the name of them. They're sunflowers. You see, I got to cage them all. They're the shorter ones. I did sunflowers over here by my hydrangeas last year. They were beautiful. The mammoth, they did really well. Why do I have a golf cart? Well, there's a lot of hills here in the back. And I got some old injuries, and it just makes it so much easier to have all my tools in the back of the cart. This is my squash garden. We'll come over here once I park in the shade. Let's get the pooch in the shade here. I'm gonna put her down real quick. Ready to get down? Come on. Oh. Good girl. Well, this is it. Got some lavender and sage and cone flowers here. Nobody touches those. They get deer like crazy over here though. There's my zucchini. Should have one ready to go. Definitely. Got some carrots coming in here. One of my heirloom tomatoes. Got it marked here somewhere. Oh, that's a tag from last year. Cucumbers. Got a couple yesterday. More carrots. Yard long beans. Wow, look at her. I'm already got to start harvesting here. Yellow zucchini's not doing well this year. I think I only got one. It's got some peppers down under there somewhere. Some eggplant. I cut back on my eggplant this year. This cherry tomato, Sun Gold, is a little slow. I don't know why. I had one there last year that did really well. Wow, look at how red these got overnight. These are Costoluto Genovese. Super tasty. They don't get real big. They're nice ribbed, flavorful tomatoes. And this one is, see my tag? I use paint sticks with tape over them. Black Krim. Long beans. Oh, there's a little bee in there. Sun Gold. I love the Sun Gold. I won't grow any other cherry tomatoes anymore. Some of my onions. No yellow zooks. Heirloom. And I just planted some new zucchini in there. Oh, there's a yellow. I just planted some more green zucchini there. This is a Sun Gold again. Really sweet tomatoes. These are my Black Beauty tomatoes. I'm not growing those anymore. Black Krim are so much more tasty, and has less guesswork in seeing when they turn color. This is my chard. I need to harvest, but it's so hot. I don't want to harvest in the heat, so I'm kind of stalling. Some of my red onions. First year growing red onions. They're just not as good as my white ones. Last year I had huge Walla Wallas. And just tomatoes galore here. There's a family of wrens in here. Really cool bird. They come every year. Some basil. I got a lot of basil and marigolds, especially at the base of the squash plants. I really don't have much problems with vine borers, even the squash bugs. And I can only attribute that to my marigolds and basil, unless I'm just lucky. Some more heirloom here. A bunch of big ones down here. I got yellow brandywine that are just really, really good. And this is, I believe, I got kind of mixed up in the seeding. I think this is either delicata or spaghetti squash. Out here. This is my squash garden. So the first year I gardened, I grew squash in the main garden, and I really struggled with powdery mildew because I kind of didn't know what I know now. So I moved it out here to keep it away from my main garden. You don't see any powdery mildew. The key thing with powdery mildew is the second you see it starting, remove those leaves, like right here. And that might not be a risk, but I'm gonna get rid of it. And this is a great tool. Harbor Freight, 50 cents. Cut it off right at the stem. Dispose of this in your trash, not in the compost. Really struggled with this garden with airwigs and stuff this year, but got a lot going on. Sunflowers, I love sunflowers. There's another one doing good. This one looks like it's thirsty. I turned off my sprinklers on my timers last night so it wouldn't water this morning. because I thought we were going to get overnight rain, so I got to water today real good. Goji berries. I never had luck with them. One plant there, one plant there, one plant right in the ground, and just not really doing well. These, I believe, are spaghetti squash. I had to replant in here so many times because critters and earwigs and pill bugs were just devouring my starts or any sprouts that I had. So I kind of lost track of what I was just throwing anything in the ground to see if I get it to stick. Got some melon here. It's doing okay. Pole beans. And see what happens? I have to double fence everything. This is one fence and this is the other one. Because what happens is if whatever vines up on the outside fence, the deer just eat the vines, kill the plant instantly. So everything here is double fenced. So I build the main one on the outside, nice and strong, and then the interior one is just a quick slap together. My deck is up there, and that's all I got. All kinds of stuff growing too. My makeshift fence. Gate, rather. My first video, so feel free to criticize and critique, and constructive criticism is appreciated. So my sunflowers, my mammoths, look at all the leaves got eaten off the bottom. I had to cage them till they got about 6 feet, but they were sticking their tongues through the fencing to get to the, looks like I got a tomato ready down there. Again, I don't like to harvest in this heat, so I'm gonna hope things cool off tonight, come out and water real good, and do some harvesting. Oh, there's one of the wrens. See if we can get it to sing. You comfy over there? Lazy dog. She's 15 years old. No, not 15, I'm sorry. She's about 9 years old. So this was a major undertaking when I bought this house. This area here was all dirt. I mean, it was just a big muddy mess. This was same thing. They had a bunch of just wild trees in here, and I had to figure out a way to clean it up. So I came up with this design, and then I put a ceiling in under here, under the deck, to drain the water. It goes right into these tubs, and I water the garden with that. And this is just a good storage or sitting area when it's hot. 3 gates into this garden. That's it, but it is hot today. And my compost that was built at the same time I built this garden kind of go hand in hand. You could see this was a pretty steep hill. It doesn't show up on the camera very well, but this was trees and forest, and it was just really a mess. I mean, I had to pull a couple trees down that were half dead, and then I ordered these riprap boulders, had them dumped on the driveway, and we got the soil from down there, and we leveled it. It was a pretty big job, but I'm very limited in my space here because most of this yard is septic field, and they just overdid it. They built a way too big of a septic field for this size house. It's only a 3-bedroom ranch, but it is what it is. So I was very limited. I took a chance here with doing the second little swale of stuff, but that's nothing for edibles. That's just going to be for aesthetics and attract pollinators. I had a problem with the original owner of this property. He's gone now, but he was throwing all his debris on my side for years before I moved in. And then I identified the property line, and I put in these Thuja green giants, which are supposed to be deer resistant. They look just like arborvitaes, same family. However, some deers didn't understand that they're deer resistant. They kind of messed this one up, and then the one down there, and then there's one even further down. It's completely gone. Now these are all black walnuts in here, so that was a little bit, that could also be contributing to that a little bit. There was More black walnuts all up in here. I removed probably about 4 large ones. And there's my compost. Still hot. That's my most recent pile. A couple sunflowers. This one is almost done. I need to water and turn them, just not in the heat. And I got a nice little trail down there. Probably do that with the golf cart. But back to the double fence. I see a lot of people with tomatoes try staking them in these cages, and it just seems so hard. I did the double fence. I try to keep them to 2 stems, and I tie them as they get long branches. I kind of tie them going wide, sideways, and I just kind of help with the twine, hold them against the fence, and I let them go out wide, and they do real well. I keep the bottoms clean, pruned well, and you can see I got some going that way, some going that way, and little tiny beds. There's no gravel under those beds. I swept it away. I cut through the weed fabric, and that's all going into the soil. So that's that. Let's see here. So that's the video. First one of the year. First video. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you soon. Like the channel, please.